Traders, it's currently 44 minutes past 12. Guys, I've literally made $4,000 on a Monday morning as everyone is out there going to work. Guess what? Your boy has already made $4,000 and I've already withdrawn it, as you can see right there. Look at that. $4,000 on a Monday morning. So literally, this is the same system that I used last week on Friday, and I was able to flip my account from $100 to almost $4,500. Like the same concept, guys. Today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you my system, traders. Make sure to watch carefully. I want you to note everything that I'm going to say, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here, and make sure to turn on your notification bell so that you never miss out whenever I post a video. So traders, now first things first. What do I trade? I trade gold, and it's the same gold trade that I called today, and I made money. So I trade gold, and gold stands for XAUUSD, like this, as you can see. Now this is what I trade. Gold moves anywhere from 500 to even 2,000 pips, in a day. This is in a day. This is in a day. Guys, let me tell you, the strategy that I use, it's the best strategy. My strategy, it's not even my strategy, it's just a strategy that I found and it's profitable. It's called the Malaysian SNR. Literally, what we are going to do, this concept, we the only thing we do, we mark out the previous highs and lows of the previous day. So let's say this is the previous candle right here. So we mark the previous high and low, and then we also mark the 50% range. And then the next thing we're going to wait for is either price breaking, we want to see price either break. We want to see either price break this lower part right here. So we either see a break, a break, retest and then push down, or we want to see this up here, or we can see either price close back in here after a sweep. So sometimes we can have price sweeping, when the new candle opens. So we can have it sweep below here, close back in, and then we get a move like a retest, also like break, close back in, and then push up. And the same exact thing we always have here. So we may have price sweep the upper part, and maybe you can have price, push down like this, push, and then come back down. And as we're doing this, price is always going to target this level right here. This is the 50% range, and the distance in between here, you see, the distance is always more than 500 pips. Always, and sometimes it can be even 400 pips, the distance, depending on how the previous daily candle closed. If it's a big bodied candle like this, it indicates there's more liquidity for price to take out. So I'm going to be showing you the same exact concept on my computer right here. And I hope you guys will learn today. So let's jump onto the computer. Now traders, this is my gold chart. So I've been trading gold for over a period of time, I think of almost 3 years. And I only trade gold, guys. Let me tell you, the Malaysian SNR is one of the easiest way you can trade in the market, because it enables you to trade on days when you have like A setups. And then it helps you avoid markets when you don't have setups. You understand? This is the best thing about the system. So what I do on a daily basis is just marking out the previous highs and lows of the previous day. So I'm going to show you today's trade. So today's trade, I quote in the morning, we had last week price push up. Most of you guys know we had price push up, like it was trying to recover. So you can see literally, this was the Thursday candle, this right here, and then this the green candle was the Friday candle for price to recover. And then we have some, is it like liquidity? No. But we have to have price like maybe push up to continue going to the other side. But also when you look at the events that are happening right now with Iran, most of these things pump gold to the upper side. So what I did is what I do on a daily basis is just mark out the previous high and low of the previous day. So that is my previous low of the previous day, and then I mark out the previous high, as you can see right there. Then I mark out the 50% range. The reason why I mark out the 50% range is it helps me understand the more of the price action in the market. So just going to mark out like this. And also sometimes when markets, when you apply this strategy and then you find price ranging maybe above the 50% range or below the 50% range, then you can have an idea of the bias of where price will go. So after doing this, we mark out the 50% range, as you can see right there. Now this is our chart, as you can see. So after this, we go into the 1 hour candle, just like this. Very simple, guys. Look at this. Now, remember I told you on my charts, whenever we have price, we either want to see price either break the upper part and retest, or we want to see price break the lower part and retest. And guess what? So since last week closed off when price had broken a trend line, So let me show you. This is the trend line right here. So we had price, it had broken off after forming this trend line, as you can see right here. As you can see, now this indicates that now we're in an uptrend on a smaller time frame, you know. So you can see here we had the break, and then even price tried like coming back in, but it failed, and then we had price starting to push back up. So when markets opened, we had this resistance right here it had created, and we had to just have price push up, you know. Now this is where my concept works. Now this is the 1 hour candle, but I'm going to zoom into the smaller time frame for our entries. So the first thing we need to understand is let price break out. So price has already done the first step, is price breaking out of our previous zone, which is the previous high. Now when price breaks out of a previous zone, most times it creates demand or supply zones. But now since this is a high from last week, meaning price broke out and created a demand zone. And guess what? That's why I called my nice trade. So now we zoom into the 15 minutes time frame, you know, for us to see more of these things very clearly. So this is what I'm trying to mean, guys. This is actually a very simple strategy. Let me tell you, traders, before I even continue. Good trades are not complicated. They are this simple. They are this simple. You never, if you're going to take so much time trying to understand a trade, it means it's a bad trade. Good trades they're not complicated. So, and I've been trading this for the longest. Guys, guess what? We had price. When price opened, it opened and left a gap here on my XNES, the broker that I'm using. Make sure to use the link below this video and sign up with XNES. We had that gap right here that was created. Now this gap right here, after price creating that gap, it pumped up, as you can see. So we have 1, 2 big candles, and most times when you see these big candles like this, after price has just broken out of a certain zone, and in this case, this is a previous high. It indicates we have to reach a time for price to come back onto that zone, because these big gaps right here, it indicates so much money was pumped into the market, and market is unbalanced. So we have to balance the market. These fair value gaps right here. That is a simpler way I would explain it to you. But also you can say, okay, this is a demand zone. Price is coming back onto the demand zone. That is another confluence. Another thing is price has already done a breakout, so we have to see a retest. If price is probably continuing to the upper side, that is another thing. So we had price breakout. Again, we already know that price, if it breaks out from a previous high or a low, it has to come back and retest. Guess what? We had price come back and retest, and here is where our main point of interest was. Now here we have to take a trade. Now, I had to come onto my 5 minute time frame. Most times I like taking my trades on my 5 minute time frame. That's why you get proper confirmation. So here's how I caught my trade, guys. So we had first of all price like pump back into our zone, as you can see right here, which is the demand zone. So you mark out your demand zone just like this. As you can see, you mark it out. You can see. And then next thing we have to have price give us price action. Now this is the price action I'm trying to mean. So most cases when you know that price is going to reverse, you see this pattern right here. So this pattern is price comes down giving us lower lows and lower highs, and then this is the last lower low. And guess what? When price pushes up right here, when it comes back down, it doesn't suppress this lower zone right here, hence giving us now what we call a high low, indicating now this is where we take mostly our trade. Some people can catch the trade from here, some people can catch it from here, but me, I caught it from here. The reason why I caught it from here is because this is the same exact zone where we have my fair value gap right here. So this fair value gap is mostly price coming back to, you know, how would I call that, to pick up some more liquidity before a push. So this is where I caught my beautiful trade, as you can see right here, and then targeting these highs right here, this high, but in particular, which is the resistance, more of a support here, you can see. So we are targeting this zone right here, which is more of a resistance. It was a support, but now price had broken it, so you can see it was a support right here, and then when price broke it, it became a resistance. Now that is where what I was targeting as my TP. And the reason for that is because you can see we have aggressive selling. So again, whenever you see aggressive selling and buying, you just know that it's the smart money that caused price to move like this. And by smart money, I mean banks. So that is how I targeted that. So you can literally see my entry was here. So I took my trade, putting my stop loss just below right here, as you can see, around 70 pips, which was a lot, but again, it was worth it. And you can see we're targeting more than almost 400 pips, guys. Look at that beautiful trade. You know, the concept is very simple. Again, we have had price already break our previous high, and price has broken it up with a gap. Again, these gaps always price has to fill it up. These gaps right here, guys. These gaps right here. These gaps always price has to fill them up. These gaps right here. These gaps in the market. You see. And then guess what? Price has created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 huge candles to the upper side, indicating that now price has created a demand zone down here. So when price comes back here, we shall see a pump. And guess what? How do I know that smart money is in control? Anytime when you see price create something like this, and then when it comes, it just spears once and then reverses and goes back, then that's how you know that banks are in control. And this is a valid trade. You see, guys, so this is a concept I've been using for the longest, and I was able to make this much, traders, today. Guys, I was able to make this much. This is crazy. $4,000, man. $4,000. Like, guess what? Who makes this much? Look at that. $4,000. Traders, this is crazy. This is crazy. Anyway, guys, make sure to subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video, and I'll be leaving the links below for my Telegram and my XNS account, guys. So, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and see you next video.